Welcome to the Reality of Herbal Therapy Podcast, episode 64, Bladney. The last few days I've been thinking a little bit about Bladney. Had some lower back pain, and so I've kind of increased the amount of Bladney I've taken, and so I kind of wanted to share with you a little bit about it. So let's start off with a recording that I have of Dr. James to give you a little bit of background and why you'd want to take Bladney.
Are you tired of getting up in the middle of the night 3 and 4 times to go to the bathroom? Bladney's the answer. Generally, urinary tract problem causes us to urinate more. Most people think, well, if I drink less water, I'll have to get up less. That's backwards. What we actually have are several things happening. We have a thing called pH, which is the potential of hydrogen. That scale goes from 0 to 14. We need to be between 7 and 8. Most people that see me in the clinic, however, are around 5. People that have urinary tract are generally lower than that. They can be a little higher. But what happens is that the body views acidic urine as a toxin. Have you ever got up in the middle of the night and it's like trickle, trickle, and you go, oh my goodness, I got up for that? When in reality, the body's viewing that acidic urine as a real irritant and wants to get rid of it right now. Have you ever gone to the bathroom later on during the day or some other time and it's like, my goodness, I didn't know I could hold so much? That's because it was alkaline urine. Bladney helps change the pH of the urine so that the body holds on to it longer. Now, I'm not saying that it holds on to it excessively, but it allows the bladder to swell up and to fill up before it empties itself. Changing our diet, using Bladney, helps a significant amount of people with bladder and urinary tract problems. Also, when you help the urinary tract, you help the circulation, you help blood pressure, you help edemas and swelling. You help a tremendous amount of health problems just by helping the urinary tract. A lot of people have come into the clinic. I had one person come into the clinic and say, I've been to the doctor, I don't have a urinary tract infection. And I put them on Bladney. And they said, well, I don't have a urinary tract infection. And I said, I don't care. Your urinary tract is not functioning properly. It's not about whether there's a bacteria. Think about it. Our urinary tract is bathed with urine all day long. Where in that function, from 1 to 100% functioning, where does bacteria begin to grow? Does it begin to grow at 20% or 50% functioning or 75%? Where does it begin to grow? Funny thing is after he came in and said he didn't have an infection, I put him on Bladney. He went back. He didn't try it. He went back into the doctor, and the doctor said, oh, we've cultured it. Yes, you have a bladder infection. It's not so much when does a bacteria begin to become an infection. It's a matter of the pH is incorrect. Bladney makes a big difference.
So what'd you think of that? A couple of things that really I caught from listening to that. He talked about urine pH. So there's several things you can do to normalize your urine pH. The biggest one that we always talk about when we had the clinic was food combining. Proper food combining will always make a difference in your urine pH. Another big thing to help with urine pH is the baking soda water. You add 1 teaspoon to a gallon of water, 1 teaspoon of baking soda to a gallon of water, and it's got some really wonderful, great things that it does. But the big one is that it normalizes your pH. And Dr. James really didn't go into much detail, but did you notice how he said drink more water? Sometimes that goes against what people usually think, but the more dehydrated you are, the more acidic and basically the stronger your urine is. So you really want to drink more water. A rule of thumb is 1 quart for every 50 pounds of body weight. If you're not getting that much water in, that really increase your water intake. That always helps with any kidney bladder issues. And did you also catch that he mentioned that taking Bladney will actually improve your circulation. A lot of heart issues, blood issues, all sorts of things are based on your circulation, and your blood has to basically push through a filter in your kidneys to be filtered through it. And so the healthier your kidneys are, the better that circulation is, and the better you're going to have healthier kidneys, healthier bladder, and you also avoid infections by having the more circulation you have going, the better off you're going to be. And the third thing I caught was blood pressure. And it's not always the same. For some people, Nerquilizer will fix blood pressure, and some people it's Bladney. But generally in men, it almost always is Bladney. We'd always start with men, we start with Bladney. With women, we start with Nerquilizer, just because of how things are with their bodies. But that really will help with your blood pressure. If your doctor wants you to bring your blood pressure down, taking Bladney will make a big difference. I hope these tips and tricks will help you out, and I would really encourage you to get some Bladney and give it a try. It really makes a difference in a lot of health issues, a lot of bladder and kidney. In fact, Bladney is probably our number one seller. It's the most consistent seller. We have some that spike at certain seasons of the year or certain times of the year based on external factors like for allergies or flus or whatever. But Bladney is consistent simply because it is one of the most essential things for keeping our body clean and keeping us healthy. If you have any questions, give us a call, email me, however you want to get in contact with us, and we would love to answer them, and we will talk to you next time. It is not the intent of professional herbal instruction or any persons associated therewith to diagnose or prescribe. The intent is only to offer herbal information for your consideration. In the event you use this information without your doctor's approval, you are prescribing for yourself, which is your God-given right. But professional herbal instruction or any persons associated herewith assume no responsibility. The claims and statements made on this podcast have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.